Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video on Lumber Capital Log Yard. We are starting off this morning by stickering. We usually don't run the mill on Friday, but today we are. So let's get into this video. During this week when we were working on our orders, we made a mistake and actually cut one of the orders at 10 foot instead of 12 foot. So now we have a bunch of 1x4s at the wrong length. It's unfortunate, but it's not like we don't need 1x4s in inventory, and it's not like we won't sell them. So now we have to put all of this into inventory and then get going on the mill. So we just got done stickering. We had another pile we had to move over to. It was a lot, it took us forever. But now we're to the milling part of our day. It's almost 11 o'clock, so it's kind of late to be starting up the mill. But we have a huge log. We did a few of these yesterday, but this I think is the largest one we have yet. And the butt end is on the wrong way, so it's facing us. So this is actually the larger end, but the end that's smaller is the one that's scaled, and it's scaled in at 344 board foot. That's a lot. It is a 12 footer, so that really changes it, you know, with the length. But the other ones that we cut the other day, the larger one that was 12 foot also was 303. So, and then it ended up being a little rotted inside. We ended up throwing a lot away, kind of unfortunate. So I guess it would have, or it should have been scaled in at a lower board foot. So that was unfortunate, but this one actually looks pretty good. I'm not seeing any signs of rotting on either of the ends. Let me take a look again on this end. It looks pretty good. Yep, so we'll see, but that's one solid log right there. We have to get the mill set up. There's just a few things. It takes a little bit to get set up for the day, but after that we're gonna try and get this large log rolled on and get started. We had to cut 1x4s out of that log, and we got so many. It's kind of unfortunate we had to cut 1x4s out of it instead of a wider dimension, but we are short on 12-foot logs, and that was our last one. So orders need to get done, and we needed 1x4s, so that's what we cut. We got 64 out of that log. That is a lot of 1x4s from one log, and believe it or not, we only had one that we had to reject. It cracked, which is surprising because when you have a little bit thinner, more skinny boards like that, you get them cracking a lot and on knots and stuff. And that, I mean, the log was practically perfect, not like one of the ones that we cut the other day that ended up being all rotten. Unfortunately, the other big log, I think it may have even come from the same tree even, but yeah, it was rotten up in it, whereas this one, I mean, that was, like I said, a perfect log. We came across a little trouble when we went to turn the log the first time. Because of how big it was, it actually barely fit in between the dogs here. So with this all the way out, with this clamp all the way out, it still wouldn't fit, and it was jammed in between these little dogs that go up and then this clamp, and we couldn't turn it. We ended up having to put up the rollers and just figure something else out, but yeah, literally it could not fit. Just like a tiny bit too big for the mill, actually. It was a beast. Thanks for watching today's video, everyone. If you enjoyed, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I hope that you guys enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next week.